Sir, you have no authority for what you're about to state because what you're about to state is incorrect. That's not the way it works. You don't get to make the rules.
I'm not.
I'm ordering a competency.
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
Well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is. And the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. Young man, you're going to
That's
figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you do not say anything because you're going to figure that out real soon. I said you can go.
All right, folks, today's case takes us straight into the courtroom of Judge Simpson, where he's up against a classic sovereign citizen who's as stubborn as they come. This defendant pulls every trick from the typical sovereign citizen playbook, throwing out excuse after excuse, hoping something will stick. But spoiler alert, it doesn't go his way at all. He's clearly scrambling, trying to talk his way out of trouble. But Judge Simpson stands firm and doesn't let him derail the hearing for even a moment. Things get tense fast as the courtroom exchange heats up. Now, as you're watching, I want you to really think about this. Is this guy genuinely confused, possibly struggling mentally? Or is he just putting on a calculated act, hoping to avoid accountability? It's honestly hard to tell with people like this. Either way, his tactics don't help him much in this courtroom showdown. Let's jump right into this wild legal battle and watch how it all kicks off between Judge Simpson and this determined sovereign citizen.
I am Tariq Maratari, the executor of the Tariq Maratari Living Trust and the registered owner of the Tariq Maratari Ex Relatione Kingdom Wilson Estate.
Right. So you are appearing here without an attorney. I do have to advise you that you are charged with the offense of fleeing and eluding in the third degree under the Motor Vehicle Code. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration and or a $1,000 fine plus court costs. Additionally, the Secretary of State could suspend your driving privileges for up to a year. Do you understand that, sir?
I comprehend.
Do you understand?
I comprehend, yes.
The court has to further advise you that if you wish to be represented by counsel, the court would ensure that counsel would be appointed to represent you in this matter and that you would have counsel if you could not afford to hire counsel yourself. I also wish to advise you that the court would be treating you the same as it would the people in this case. There are certain dangers to representing yourself in this matter, in that you will be required to abide by the Michigan court rules, the Michigan rules of evidence, and all of the cases and statutory requirements. You understand that?
I do not.
You do not. What is it about that you do not understand?
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
Sir, I'm not asking anything about your religion. It is irrelevant to me. I am indicating that in this proceeding, you will be required to abide by the rules of this court. Do you understand that?
I'm having a hard time understanding why or how religion doesn't play a role.
How what?
How religion does not play a role.
Religion does not play a role in what I do or what this court does. There are certain rules of this court established by the legislature and the Michigan Supreme Court regarding how these particular proceedings will be conducted. These proceedings will be conducted in accord with those rules. Do you understand that, sir?
Well, according to the American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, as well as the international or the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the state and the governments should.
Sir, you have no authority for what you're about to state because what you're about to state is incorrect.
This right here is exactly why I respect Judge Simpson so much. He's one of those rare judges who simply doesn't tolerate the usual sovereign citizen nonsense. No patience for games, no time wasted on imaginary legal theories, just straightforward justice. And honestly, we need way more judges like him on the bench. So many of the judges I cover tend to be too lenient with these cases, letting sovereign citizens ramble for ages. But not Judge Simpson. He keeps things sharp and focused, shutting down the nonsense the moment it starts. What really stands out in this case is how the defendant clearly doesn't even understand his own arguments. You can practically see him reading from some mental script, just stringing together phrases he's heard online, hoping something magically works. It's mind-boggling how far some of these individuals will go just to avoid facing the law like everyone else. It's like they've never grasped the basics of the legal system, which honestly makes you wonder what's missing in their education. And while a lot of people dismiss sovereign citizens as harmless, I can't help but wonder, should we actually be taking them more seriously in today's world? Or should we just keep treating them like the courtroom spectacle they've become? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Are these people just misguided entertainers? Or is this a growing problem we're underestimating? Drop your opinions below because this debate is far from over.
Oh, I am an indigenous person.
No.
So I do have
Sir, what you're about to state is incorrect.
well,
If you were on indigenous lands, if that's where you're going, then maybe you might be right. As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is, and the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. We are not on indigenous lands subject to indigenous or tribal rules.
Is
You
there a
are
law?
subject to the rules of the Michigan Supreme Court as they are promulgated, both in terms of procedure and evidence. Do you understand that that's what's happening, sir?
I do not.
What is it that you do not understand?
I don't understand.
Because I'm going to tell you something, sir. If you are unable to establish or understand what I'm saying, and go through this with you again, I have to assume that there may be some reason why you don't understand. This court will take precautions to protect your rights, and I will be sending you for a competency evaluation to make sure that you are competent to stand trial and to stand in these proceedings.
Well, I would agree to a competency if the prosecution as well as the court and the officers agree to take a competency.
That's not the way it works. You don't get to make the rules.
I'm not.
I'm ordering a competency.
I'm not making.
Defendant is ordered for a forensic evaluation. I will set a competency hearing in this matter for July 25th, 2024. At what time? At 9 a.m. Now, sir, I'm going to ask you this
Yes, sir.
because it's going to depend on where you may be staying for a period of time. If they send you information as to when you have your forensic interview,
Yes, sir.
are you going to cooperate and attend that interview?
Under threat, duress, and coercion. Yes.
Pardon?
Under threat, duress, and coercion. Yes.
No. Not how it works.
Can honestly feel the tension building in that courtroom. Right now, Judge Simpson looks like he's just seconds away from snapping. If you've seen him lose patience, before you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's dangerously close to slapping this guy with a contempt charge, and you can practically see it written all over his face. He's trying hard to stay composed, but this defendant just keeps testing his limits. Pushing and pushing without realizing he's about to get slammed. And let's be real here. Listening to this sovereign citizen ramble is almost painful. It's like watching someone completely out of their depth, digging themselves deeper with every word. I'm honestly starting to feel like I'm losing brain cells just hearing him argue. And I can't imagine how much patience it takes for the judge to hold back right now at this point. The defendant should probably be choosing his next words carefully, because Judge Simpson is clearly waiting for just the right excuse to bring down the hammer. Whether that's a contempt charge or an immediate trip to jail, it's not looking good for him. Let's get back into it and see if this guy keeps pushing his luck or if reality finally catches up with him.
I'm asking you, are you voluntarily going to cooperate?
I say yes.
Pardon?
I mean, under it, yeah. I mean, is this what are, excuse me, what are you relaying to in regard? What are you insinuating in regards to where I will stay for a time?
I'm going to make sure that we are going to have our forensic interview done. I've ordered a forensic interview. I am asking you whether or not, when given notice of that interview, whether or not you are going to voluntarily cooperate in that interview.
I will take the interview.
Excuse me?
I will take the interview.
Anything from the people?
Would the court ask the people to prepare the order for the competition?
Yes, please prepare the order for this. Is that your address, sir?
Excuse me? That's correct.
All right. All right, very good.
And so I will send a copy to that address.
Very good. All right. This time then bond is continued.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, can I get that date again, please, sir? If I can put it in my calendar.
July 25th, you were supposed to, so I'm assuming you're waiving it. You were supposed to file your motion with.
I
the
did,
court.
I filed it.
When did you file it?
I brought it in today.
Do we have it?
I gave it, I mean, it was stamped and everything. I gave it to the reception.
Why didn't you file it before today?
Well, as I stated at the last hearing,
No, don't go through what you
additional week.
stated at the last hearing.
Well, you
You
asked,
knew that, no, you knew it was supposed to be filed before the day. Young man, you're gonna
That's it.
figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you know, do not say anything because you're gonna figure that out real soon. Do they have it?
I have not received a response yet.
Since I'm sending in for a competency, I can't hear that. I can't hear his motion in any event. So I won't hear his motion at this time. He'll have to refile it timely if he's determined to be competent. So I'll have his bond continue. He can go. What?
I didn't get the last part that you said. The bond continued and what?
I said you can go.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Actually shared the second half of this hearing a while back. So if you're curious to see how this sovereign citizen's meltdown wraps up, definitely go check that out. But seriously, if I were standing in front of Judge Simpson after bombarding him with nonsense questions like this guy did, and he hit me with that infamous death stare, I'd be rethinking my entire approach on the spot. I mean, just one look from him would be enough to make anyone second guess their life choices before ever stepping back into a courtroom. What really stands out with sovereign citizens is that overwhelming ego they seem to carry. Honestly, I think deep down, a lot of them realize they're wrong, but their pride won't let them admit it. Sure, there are a few out there who genuinely buy into this sovereign citizen philosophy, believing every word. But when it comes to people like the defendant we just watched, it feels like it's all about saving face. They know they're losing, but they're too stubborn to admit defeat, even when it's painfully obvious they've run out of options. And while we're on the topic of accountability, let's give credit where it's due. Judge Simpson is a perfect example of how the legal system is supposed to work. He holds people responsible without letting them twist the rules or waste court time with nonsense. Honestly, I wish more judges followed his lead. Too many are just too lenient, especially with sovereign citizens. We need more firm nonsense. Judges who aren't afraid to shut down these antics and keep things moving efficiently. Sometimes I joke about sending all sovereign citizens to a remote island just so they stop clogging up the court system, and honestly, doesn't sound like the worst idea. But in reality, the change needs to start with stronger courtroom leadership. Judges like Simpson prove it can be done. Anyway, what did you guys think about this hearing? It wasn't the wildest sovereign citizen case we've seen, but it was still another frustrating example of someone refusing to face facts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm posting content like this every single day. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.